Hey guys, this is Spencer from Buildapreneur, and in this video I want to talk about search engines, okay? This isn't going to focus on one specific search engine like YouTube or Google or Bing. This is going to focus on understanding how search engines work, and then you can apply this anywhere, okay? And so we're going to talk just about how to rank on search engines, okay? So the first thing we're going to talk about is on page, which is basically stuff that you can do on, that you have power over. So it could be your YouTube video, it could be your blog post, whatever it is. It's your actual piece of content, right? And what we're doing here is we're trying to take our content and we want to make sure 100% that the search engine knows what it's about, okay? Basically, we want the search engine to know what should this rank for, okay? And the way we do that is we need to choose one keyword or phrase, okay? So for example, let's say the big thing right now is how to buy Bitcoin, right? So if I wanted to make a video on or a blog post or whatever it is on how to buy Bitcoin, then that would be my phrase or my keyword. And now everything I do needs to be based around that phrase, how to buy Bitcoin, okay? You'll get a lot of people that say, oh, well, I want to rank for how to buy Bitcoin and I want to rank for like how to get Bitcoin and how to mine Bitcoin and how to like make money with Bitcoin. I want to rank for all of those. Which obviously we would love to rank for all those, right? But it doesn't work that way. Search engines are very specific, and they like to see something cohesive. They like to just know, like, okay, this is clearly what this video is about, right? And if you try to go for a bunch of different keywords and phrases that are, maybe somewhat related but not too related, you're just going to end up not ranking for any of them because the search engine can't clearly identify what your video or your blog post or whatever your piece of content is. They can't identify that. So the way that we usually do that is we use a tool called keywordtool.io. You can also use something called Google Keyword Planner. It's a little harder to get an account with them. You have to put in a credit card and stuff, even if it's free. Anyway, so you can see there's like different search engines here that you can look for. We'll just do Google. Let's say I typed in Bitcoin, okay? And it's going to start throwing out all kinds of different keywords people type in for Bitcoin. Bitcoin address lookup. A Bitcoin mogul goes broke, whatever that means. Bitcoin bubble burst, okay? Bitcoin blockchain size. So what is the Bitcoin blockchain size? Could be something you talk about. Anyway, you can see there's just all kinds. Bitcoin mining calculator, Bitcoin hardware wallet, Bitcoin investment trust stock. There's all kinds of different things that you can do, and you can switch over to YouTube and do the same thing, okay? I go to YouTube and I could type in, let's say, the Bitcoin news, Bitcoin private, Bitcoin mining. So you can find what people are looking for, okay? People are looking for Bitcoin Cash. They're looking to create a Bitcoin wallet. All these different little micro subjects that you could make a piece of content around Bitcoin. And then what you do is you focus on it, okay? So if I was doing a YouTube video, you can put it in your description. You can put it in your title. You can put it in your tags. You can mention it many times in the video because YouTube actually listens to what you're saying now. So you basically just focus everything around that keyword or phrase, okay? And then the same thing in a blog post. You would put it in there as many times as you naturally can, okay? So you don't want to be out there and kind of be like spamming it like, so how do you buy Bitcoin? Well, I'm going to tell you how to buy Bitcoin. The way that you buy Bitcoin is you want to learn how to buy Bitcoin first, and then you don't want to just like make it this awkward feeling thing, but you want to naturally put it in there as much as possible, and you want to phrase it the way that that the keyword or phrase you're trying to rank for phrases it. So that's the first thing. You're going to choose kind of this small keyword or phrase, and you're going to go specifically for that, okay? And you're going to focus everything around that. So if it's on your blog, you're going to have the title around that. You're going to have it sprinkled throughout it. You're going to have like headers throughout the thing that maybe mention some variation of that keyword or phrase. And you're going to give Google this clear, cohesive idea of what your piece of content is about. So then it knows what you want to rank for, okay? So now it knows what you want to rank for. You don't necessarily rank for it because there's a lot of people that want that, but you'll never rank without the search engines knowing what you want to rank for. And then the next thing you've got to think about is the off page. This is things that's happening elsewhere on the internet that help bring your piece of content to the front of search engines, okay? And you have to think about what search engines want. They want content that people like, that people interact with, that people engage with. And they want to, most importantly, show people what they're looking for, right? If someone looks for something, they want to make sure that the piece of content that shows up is exactly what they're looking for. And not only that, but it's content that has, that users have enjoyed in the past. And so that's where we come into all kinds of different things called social signals and links and things like that. So one of the biggest ways, both on YouTube and Google and Bing and Yahoo, is links. You want links to come back to your video or your blog post or whatever your piece of content is, because all these search engines, they have crawlers that go out there and they're crawling the internet. And when they find links to a piece of content, they automatically assume that content is more important, okay? So if, let's say I publish an article about how to buy Bitcoin and someone else publishes an article on how to buy Bitcoin. So it's looking at the two and it says, well, they're both pretty good articles, from what I can see. But this one's got 5,000 other websites linking right back to it. Well, obviously that one's going to go up, right? It's going to say, well, this is probably more relevant. It's a safer bet to go with this one than it is with this one. Who knows what kind of things these guys are doing. But these guys, all these like big major websites are pointing right at them. So we're going to go with that one. So that's links. So there's a lot of ways you can do it. You can go on websites like Fiverr.com, you go to Upwork.com, all kinds of websites like that. You can actually buy links. Google doesn't love that, and most search engines don't love that. And so you're kind of doing it the riskier way when you go that route, but that's a quicker way to get links. And the other way is to reach out to websites. You can go out there to all these different website owners and say, hey, what can I offer you to get a link from your website? And they'll say, oh, you can offer me a link, or you can write a piece of content. Maybe write a blog post for me, or you can, if you have a Facebook group or a Facebook page that's kind of really strong, they'll say maybe you can mention me in your Facebook page. That's the way you'll go about that. So you basically want links back. And then the second thing you want is social signals, okay? So you want Google or whatever the search engine is that's scouring the internet to look out there and say, oh, okay, there's like 5,000 Facebook likes, to this post, and there's tons of active users. A lot of people have posted in their groups and on their pages. And looks like Twitter, it went viral for a little bit, and Instagram's got, maybe not Instagram, but it looks like someone linked to it from their YouTube channel. Looks like this WordPress blog mentioned it. So you're kind of building this image of like, hey, the internet likes my stuff, right? The internet in general, social media and websites like my stuff. And it's kind of like this rising ship. Then the search engines start to like your stuff as well. And so the way you do that on social is, once again, you can go on websites like Fiverr, Conquer, Upwork, and you can buy social signals, okay? You can pay people to for pretty cheap to go like your stuff and post about it. It's not going to be as strong because typically the accounts aren't going to be as strong that are doing that, but it does, give your stuff a boost and things like that. And the other way you can do it is the same thing. You go out in these powerful groups or these powerful Facebook pages and you reach out to the owners and say, hey, I've got this piece of content. Can I share it? Or you have your own powerful group and you say, hey, everyone, I've got this piece of content. Go ahead and give it a like. So there's a lot of ways you can go about it, but the idea is whether you buy and kind of go that route, which is not the greatest route, but a lot of starters have to do that, or whether you go out and do all the manual work, you need to make your piece of content relevant on the internet. You need Google and YouTube and Bing to look out there and trust you and say, okay, well, it looks like a lot of the internet, likes these guys, so we'll go ahead and rank this content. So that's all it is. There's on page, there's off page. And that's SEO in kind of a micro shell there. So I didn't give any specific tactics. Typically I do, but the key word that I'm going for with this video is how to rank in search engines, okay? And so people are searching that. Maybe you're searching that, and that's why you're here. But that would be the reason that I didn't specify any particular search engine or any specific tactics. We're trying to get a big overall picture of what your goal is when you're starting out with something that you want to rank in some kind of search engine. So if you like this video, there's plenty more like it. I get a lot more specific and plenty of good content on the site. So go ahead and click subscribe down below. Might be down there. Anyway, click subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.